So hello again. So what I would like to look at is today is I think this is gonna be my last video for a while. So what I would like to do is show off one of my own, and this would be like a lock screen, or where you would have to enter a passcode to actually get into the system itself. I mean, it's still you can still modify it, make it bigger. There's still room for modifications for this. This is just a beginning. So to look at it is so when you go from this screen itself, before you actually get into the system itself, it's going to ask for a passcode. So the way we do that is let me show you. Let me see here. Let me show you an example. So we're here in the main screen. So you click it. It's going to enter. So since this has no passcode yet, it's going to ask you to make up one. So let's say 333. Enter. So it's going to go into the home screen again. Click it, and it's going to ask you to now enter the passcode. But let's just say, for example, you enter a wrong one. It won't let you in. Now you can clear it, all clear. You can even cancel. And then, so let's just say we enter the correct one. 333. Then it'll go to the screen of your desire. For me, it goes into my file screen. Click home again, and then you would have to re-enter the password. So there's, as I was saying, there's plenty of room for modification on this part. This is just a beginning. You can even set it up to where, that's what I'm going to look into later on, where you can, after it goes dim, or before it goes dim, it just goes back into your home screen and to where you have to enter the passcode. So let's look into the programming itself. So here's the screen itself. There's no modifications to add to the home screen, but as you'd have to look into the previous video, as into the how I set up the number keypad. It's the same concept, not much of a change. Just a few minor changes, as into the only thing that really changes is the enter button itself, and you have to work with two variables this time. So if you don't know how to set up the number keypad, just go back to my previous video. So for this one, you're going to have to make up a new keypad. If you have one already set up, then you would have to just copy it. And the way you copy it, if you go up top, if you go up to the top and it says, it looks like 2 pages and it says copy, just click on that one and create another number keypad. I've tried setting it up to where it's only one. You can actually set up to where it's only one keypad, but then you get like a flickering of screens, and I didn't like that, so I just took the chance in wasting more memory and creating another screen. It wasn't that smooth of a change, in other words. You get a flickering of screens, so I decided just to make it into another keypad. So let's look into it here. First of all, what we need to do is right when it goes from the home screen to the keypad itself. Well, let me see. Actually, let's start from here. There's one. No, where is it? Here it is. Okay. So from the home screen itself, okay, we're going to need to set it up to where it goes from the home screen to the number keypad. So of course, you're going to do a page And then for me, for the second keypad, it's number pad 2. So once it goes to there, then it's going to go to the number pad. And then it's going to go to this screen. Once it goes to this screen, we need to do a few things. Now this one, if I look into the far right here, it says number pad 2. This is not the buttons itself, it's the page itself. And so let's look into that. So we're going to look into the page itself. Right when it comes to the page, it's a pre-initialized event. As I did state, you do need 2 variables. So go ahead and create 2 variables. So right when it comes into the keypad itself, you want to, as before, you want to clear out the screen. Make sure there's no numbers from the previous works here, like a previous keypad attempt. So you want to clear out the screen. So it's a t0.txt equals t0.txt minus 10. So I did a minus 10. That way it clears out everything. If you have it set up for only 4 numbers, then it would be minus 4. And then, so we're going to look into an if statement. So if open bracket variable 1 dot value equals 0. So we're looking into the first variable first. If it equals 0, if there's nothing on there yet stored, then we want to put it t1.txt equals open quotations change close quotations. So we're actually adding like a heading on here to where on the keypad it'll say what we're doing. And then of course this is now the t2 because I have 2 of them. So then t2.txt equals passcode. So it's going to say change passcode on top where you would enter your numbers. And then it goes into it else. If it equals 0, then it's going to do the change passcode. And then else if or else if the variable dot value is greater than 0. If it's greater, there's already a value on the variable. Then you're going to enter change the heading to enter passcode. So that's how we go about the wording itself. One that says change passcode, and the other one says enter passcode. So this would be on the page itself, not on any of the buttons. So let's look into the buttons. The buttons themselves are all this. All of these are the. If you look into the previous video, these are not buttons. These are hotspots. I just made them as hotspots. So it'd be easier and less memory, as opposed to a button where you have to enter a picture for the background itself. Just adding a hotspot is pretty simpler, and they're clear. It doesn't really look like this. They're clear. And then, so let's see here. Checking my time. I'm up to 9 minutes. So we're doing good. So the enter button. So the rest of it's all the same. The only thing that changes is the enter button here. So we're looking into the variable 1 again. So if variable 1 value is equal to 0. So if it equals to 0, we have nothing in here. Then we're going to convert COVs. We're going to convert the text from, let's say if we enter 333, we're going to convert that text to to the variable value. So we're going to convert it from text to a numerical value. Or else if the second variable value is equal to 0. So it's going to go to 1 first. And if this is true, then it's going to add, let's say you enter your passcode. It's going to be, let's say, 333. Then it's going to throw it into here. And then it's going to go back to the home page. But and we're going to come back into, then once you click on the home page again, then we're going to set up the passcode. This one here, what it says is sets up the password. Okay, for the first time. The second one is the setting it up once it's already been done, and you have to enter it again. Since it comes, when you come back to this page, it's not going to equal 0 anymore. It's going to go to this one. If a variable value equals 0, of course it's going to be 0 because we haven't entered anything here yet. And this one, what this one does is just enters, okay, so you're going to, once the password's already set, then you're going to put in the passcode. That's what this one is. You're going to enter the passcode. That's the variable 2 dot value equals 0. Of course, it's going to be 0 because there's nothing in there yet. Then we're going to convert the text, T0 text, into variable 2. So we're going to dump whatever the person guesses into the variable 2 here. If you guess 666 or 777, it's going to dump it into here. So let's scroll down. Okay, once it dumps it into there, you're going to look into it. So we're going to say, after it's done dumping it in there, you're going to say, what if variable 1 is not equal to variable 2, the way I have it set up here is it's going to do you're going to clean, if they don't equal to each other, you're going to clean out the variable 2. Because you're going to have to enter new numbers later on again, another guess. So variable 2 value is going to equal 0. You're going to clear it out. And then you're also going to clear out the screen. So you're going to clear out the screen as well. Now, else if it does equal to, both variables equal to each other, then what we're going to go ahead and do is, of course, you're going to clear it out. If they equal to each other, you're going to clear out before you leave, you're going to clear out variable 2, and then you're going to go to your page of choice. To me, it would be my file page. It could be any other page once the passcode is confirmed. And it's that simple. Yeah, you could modify it some more, but this is what I came up with really quick. And since this is going to be my last video for a while now, because I'm building my automation board, I thought I'd start off with just what I have now. Later on in the future, when I do, well, a couple of weeks now, when I come back, I'll just come back with the programming itself and show you how to do the programming. But for now, we'll just end off with a passcode. I hope you like this program. Please give it a thumbs up. And you have a wonderful day.